Okay, you're good. Go ahead, girl.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for coming on and taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. My name is Melissa Hetrick and I am a clinical staff pharmacist. And tonight we're going to learn about how one simple change can be the catalyst for your family's optimal health. So as a country, we are pretty unhealthy. And I personally feel like we're always playing catch up. Like I eat something bad and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go for a run. And some of the statistics we see are 1 in 4 people die of heart disease. 1 in 2 and 1 in 3 men will develop cancer. 1 in 5 children are obese, and children are actually harmed more by a poor diet than exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. So one of the major reasons that we're unhealthy is that our food quality is decreasing. And more than 50% of Americans, what we eat is processed. So I don't know if anybody wants to raise their hands. Have you ever tried to not eat processed food? It's pretty difficult. And, it takes quite a lot of thought. Some of the reasons our food quality is decreasing, there's preservatives, there's flavor enhancers, growth hormones, GMO, pesticides. And unfortunately, I just bought broccoli the other day from Aldi. So according to our slideshow here, my broccoli has probably lost about 50% of its nutrients since I bought it, but I'm already before I bought it. All right, so what can we do to be healthier? So we can exercise. Any amounts of good, just get out there and start moving. We can sleep 7 to 8 hours. And I will tell you, there's one time a month I do this for several days and then it's out the window. Manage our stress. I'm pretty sure that woman looks like she's at work, and take your deep breaths at work. Get up, stretch, close your eyes for a minute. Drinking water. How many of us drink enough water? We should be drinking, I think, half our body weight in ounces. So that can be pretty many glasses, and water fills you up. Using safer products. So I think it's really beneficial and neat now how so many products that we wash ourselves with, wash our clothing with, wash our dishes with, tell us what's in them and say they're free of a lot of junk, and there's websites you can look at to find all of that. And what I think is the best, last but not least, eating real food. So how do we eat real foods? We want to eat local, we want to eat fresh. And what's the best way to eat real food? Fruits and veggies. So experts agree that most diseases are preventable with good nutrition. And in addition to decreasing food quality, we also have increasing environmental toxins, so which can come in the form of oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is an imbalance between free radicals, which are bad, and antioxidants, which are good. Antioxidants, such as those in fruits and veggies, help to stabilize the free radicals and balance our body and halt the chain reaction of negative symptoms. So you can see that apple on the left is bad news, oxidative stress causing aging and disease, which is something the free radicals and oxidative stress cause. And a lemon, which has antioxidants, has been put on that other side of the apple, which is good news, cells being protected from oxidative stress. So that is why, next please. You can move on, please. That is why the news, too many. The news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you. It's that they're so good for you, they could save your life. So does anybody want to pop in the chat how many servings of fruits and veggies they had today? Because guess what? We need 7 to 13 every day. And if you're an athlete, you need even more. Now, I said before, I eat something and then go run. I don't run. I'm not an athlete, but I still need 7 to 13. And before I came on here, I counted, and I actually had 6 servings today, which surprised me. So Jen says 5. So we need that many servings, and we also need it to be a variety. So you can't eat 5 apples. That doesn't count. We need a variety of the rainbow. So think of a rainbow and match up some fruits and veggies. And it should be fun to introduce fruits and veggies to your kids. You don't want them to look like that sad girl in the middle. Our produce is picked before Before nutrition fully develops, it's transported thousands of miles, and 90% of Americans just frankly don't eat enough servings. So this leads us to ask the question of, what do most of us substitute? Most of us use a multivitamin. So 70% of Americans are trying to fill the gaps in their diet with a multivitamin. And multivitamins have very few isolated nutrients. There we go. And then an apple has approximately 10,000 phytonutrients. So I know you can't read those, but you can see the blaring difference between those pictures. And phytonutrients are plant nutrients that are working together in synergy to influence our health. So that leads us into an introduction of why we're here. What is Juice Plus? So Juice Plus adds the nutrition from over 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries in our diet. It is whole food harvested at the peak of ripeness so that the nutrition is intact. It's pulverized, dried into powders at a low temperature to preserve the nutrition, and then it's put into a capsule or a chewable. We also have a full range omega blend, which is kind of my favorite because it tastes delicious and it's made of all this fun stuff that doesn't include fish. I started Juice Plus probably back in 2016. I was just trying to be healthier and have a healthier body. And I love all things food and nutrition, and I still have so much to learn. I feel like I can never get enough. And like I said, I'm a pharmacist and I'm also a type A person, which goes with it. And I just needed to know everything. I asked so many questions. And, once I learned that there was research and certifications and all the science behind these products, I was just hooked. And I'm so grateful to have found this product and this community. And one of the people I found first was Jules. So I'm going to pass it on to her to finish up our presentation.
Thanks, Melissa. Okay. Hi, guys. Let me just get my screen right. Okay. So yeah, I heard about Juice Plus a long time ago. It was about 14 years ago now. And it has been one of the biggest blessings that our family has encountered. And if you just look, like Melissa said, there's such a huge difference between vitamins and whole food. And just look at the ingredients in these Juice Plus capsules. The Juice Plus capsules have a fruit, veggie, and berry blend. And you guys can see there are so many different varieties of fruits and veggies and berries in our capsules, and there's a reason for all of that. But just take a look and see if there's any of these that you either don't eat on a daily basis, that you've never ate, that you don't like, or that you've never even heard of. I know for one, I always point out the bilberry or the blackcurrant. Like, I've never ate one of those. I've never even seen them in our local grocery store. So it's just really neat that you guys can get the variety, the rainbow of antioxidants in Juice Plus. And then added to the Juice Plus product line about a few years ago is our plant-based omegas. So if you know anything about nutrition or vitamins or health, you have probably heard in the news or somewhere about omegas and how important they are. You might not know exactly what they do, but you probably should be taking them. Your doctor probably told you. But did you know, and most of us have taken an omega pill, right? Or an omega oil, and it's fishy. But did you know that the omegas actually come from the algae that the fish eat? And so our plant-based omegas are completely vegan, completely sustainable, and they do all the things that a fish pill would do, but without all the fishy burps. And so it's really beneficial for the heart, the brain, the joints, the skin, and the eyes. And I can just tell you right now that when I started on our omegas a couple of years ago, I had young children. They're still pretty young, but they were babies at the time. And I felt like I was just losing my mind all the time. Like, I couldn't remember things. I had brain fog, but I felt so much better once I started taking our omegas. And I knew immediately that was a part of my nutritional plan that my body was missing. I was not getting omegas in my diet. No way. And if you see what's in our omegas, the algae oil, of course, but sea buckthorn berry, again, you guys probably have never ate one of those because they're grown up in the Himalaya mountains under very harsh conditions. pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, safflower seed oil, tomato seed oil. These are things that we are probably not eating on a daily or ever basis. And then this is one of my favorite Juice Plus products. We don't have a lot, but this rounds out the Juice Plus product line. And this is called Complete. And this is our meal replacement or protein shake. It comes in vanilla or chocolate. It's 13 grams of protein. But the biggest thing that I think a lot of people miss, and I'm going to tell you guys my story at the end, but I am a personal trainer and fitness instructor, and most people are not counting fiber. They're counting calories, they're counting sugar, they're counting carbs, they're not counting fiber. And this is a huge reason why we have so many gut issues in our country today. And you would be hard pressed. I have never, ever seen anything in a package on the shelves in any supermarket that has 8 grams of fiber per serving. And so I would encourage you guys to go ahead and take a look at all of your stuff in your pantry, see if you can find something. And when you have that much fiber, you're talking about a food that stabilizes blood sugar. And I just love that. I always say willpower is a function of blood sugar. So if you have trouble fighting cravings throughout the day, this is your ticket to help your blood sugar stay stable all day long. And it tastes delicious. My family loves it. My kids, my husband, me, we drink it. We also make protein balls. We make pancakes. We make pudding. It's very versatile. And, you know, Juice Plus is super unique. This is unlike anything I ever saw in my fitness career. It's a food, not a multivitamin. Like Melissa said, we want to drive that home. It's like a paradigm shift because most of us are probably taking a vitamin, or we have in the past, but this has a food label, not a supplement label. It's like food, and it is food, and it's made with non-GMO ingredients. It's vegan, kosher, dairy, and gluten-free. I love that it's NSF certified. As somebody who works with athletes and does a lot with people that need things that are NSF certified, like bodybuilders, people that are in competition, college athletes, professional athletes, you have to take something that is certified by a third party to make sure that there's no banned substances, there's no heavy metals, there's no toxins in there. And so I just absolutely love that it's NSF certified. And it's the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world. If you don't believe me, go ahead and ask Siri. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. And here's a quick little video. Hopefully you guys can hear it. If you can't, somebody unmute and tell me. This is 2 minutes, but it's how Juice Plus is made. And this just hopefully will blow you away.
We're in a position to deal with the best growers in the world. And most of these growers specialize in a particular crop. And unlike what we see in the supermarket that goes through a very complex distribution chain and is probably picked a week or two prior to the time we actually buy it, Juice Plus produce is allowed to ripen and is picked at the peak of ripeness. It's important because the nutrient value develops in the later stages of growing. And in fact, we deal with the types of growers who have facilities right there next to their fields where they can instantly clean, wash, and process the fruits and vegetables. And it's the state of the art in terms of preserving the nutrient value of fruits and vegetables. Well, of course, the juice then goes into our proprietary drying process. Everything stays very cold until the very last minute, and then the warmth required for drying is applied, but it's maintained at temperatures that don't damage the nutrients. It's an enormous difference between the quality of Juice Plus and the quality of typical fruit and vegetable juice drying. So the powders are then shipped to our final manufacturing partners who do blending, encapsulation, packaging. Their equipment is state of the art. Their certifications are second to none. And all of our manufacturing partners, whether they're growers, juicers, encapsulators, they have quality control procedures that we have reviewed and approved at every step of the way. All of our partners have their own labs, do their own testing, and they provide certificates of analysis that match our specifications before they ship the product. Quality control is essential for a quality product. And I can say with complete confidence that there is no nutraceutical or nutritional support product made in the world at a higher quality than Juice Plus.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm a nerd or what, but that video is a little bit older, a few years, but I still get the chills every time I watch it because I know there's starting to be other products out there that are more whole food concentrates. And I've seen, it's funny because when I started Juice Plus 14 years ago, there was nothing like this. There's copycat products out there. They will not ever compare to what Juice Plus does with their produce, how they treat it, and the studies. Again, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I do want to just make sure that we are very clear that Juice Plus is not about treating or curing any specific conditions or disease. It's just simply healthful plant-based nutrition in capsules, supported by over 20 years of independent clinical research. Okay, and look at this. The research have attracted thousands of doctors. Now, this is research that is gold standard. Again, if you're not a nerd like me, or you don't have a medical background, you might not understand what gold standard means, but very quickly it means that it is a couple of things. It's randomized, it's double blind, it's placebo controlled, and it's tested on Juice Plus. There's something out there right now I just looked at. It says it has research. Guess what? It's not on the product itself. It has research on something that's in that product. So it's very important that sometimes when people say they have research, you kind of dig a little bit deeper. And what does the research say? Well, first of all, two big things: that it's bioavailable. It gets into the blood. And once it gets into the blood, it does really good things. And some of those good things, it contributes to cardiovascular wellness, supports a healthy inflammatory response. One of my favorite things is it helps maintain a healthy DNA. And what scientists know now is once the DNA is damaged, and that's from oxidative stress, then there's really no turning back. So if you can start protecting your DNA, I know that you would want to. And Dr. Richard Du Bois says there is nothing else available any place in the world, with or without a prescription, that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. That is so powerful. And there's one other big research study that we have. It's basically a life study that we have done because our company gives away free Juice Plus to kids between the ages of 4 and 18 with an adult's paid order. It's called the Family Healthy Starts program. And the participants are asked to answer a few questions as their kids go along the study, and the results are just astounding. And I can just speak from being a mom with 3 kids. My kids are healthier than the other kids I see that aren't on Juice Plus. They're missing less school, they're taking less prescription and over-the-counter medication, they're drinking more water. But one of my favorite things is that they are eating more fruits and vegetables. And that's because they're getting more fruits and vegetables into their diet through Juice Plus. And so once you start getting that into your body starts to assimilate to that, and your body starts to crave that. It's called metabolic reprogramming. We do have one other thing. It's called the Tower Garden. And this is basically a way that you can grow your own fruits and vegetables. And this is a really neat contraption that can go on your patio or inside. And if you guys want to learn more about that, ask whoever invited you and we can share more about that with you. We have tons of resources for you. When you buy Juice Plus, you're buying this community, and we are the funnest bunch of health nuts that you'll ever meet. But there's just so many resources that we have that are going to help you along your journey. And I just want to also say that everybody in our community, we are not perfect, but we are really all about taking simple changes along the journey and bringing others with us. So again, you can ask whoever invited you to get you some of these online cookbooks or into these Facebook groups, because whether you buy Juice Plus or not, you're still invited to take advantage of all these resources. Oh, and that's some more resources. And Juice Plus is so affordable. It's funny because I think when some people hear about Juice Plus, their first initial reaction might be, oh my goodness, I could never afford this. Well, that's because, when you think about how much produce is today, it's astronomical. It blows my mind how much money we spend on produce, because we still eat fruits and vegetables. Actually, we probably eat more because we take Juice Plus. But Juice Plus really does help bridge the gap, and it's less than $2.50 per day if you think about it. And that's for you, and a kid can be getting it for free. So between you and your child, it could be $2.50 a day. And then the shake is $2.33 per serving. Now that can be a whole meal. And I don't know if you can find a cheaper or healthier meal throughout your day with the Juice Plus Complete. And then the omegas are $1 per day. And I would just want to challenge you guys. I know sometimes you might think, nah, I'm going to pass, but there are little things you can do in your budget to help afford Juice Plus, and that could be cutting out Starbucks, cutting out pizza night once a month, or maybe not buying that cute little outfit once in a while. I'm speaking to myself. And so I think that if there is a will, that there's a way, and we can always help you find room in your budget for Juice Plus. That's another little fun thing we get to do. So hold on, I am going to stop my screen. There you guys are. Yay. And I'm really excited. I'm going to tell you guys my Juice Plus story because I didn't really get to share it. And then I'm going to let you listen to some of my friends' stories too, because I think that's one of the most powerful things you can hear other than a little presentation. But I heard about Juice Plus, I told you guys, 14 years ago. And when I heard about Juice Plus, I was working as a personal trainer. I was teaching 36 fitness classes a week. I was training clients when the sun came up till when the sun went down. And I thought I was healthy, but when I heard what you guys just heard, it was like light bulbs were going off, especially that oxidative stress. And I don't think Melissa said this, but one of the causes of oxidative stress, I know she said environmental factors, but actually heavy exercise can increase an oxidative stress. And so my body was undergoing heavy exercise without the nutritional support. I worked in like a meathead gym, Gold's Gym. I don't know if they're all meathead gym, Gold's gyms, but the one I worked at was, and it was like, we were drinking whey protein shakes, me and my trainer friends, we were eating meat for breakfast, meat for lunch, meat for dinner. It was very little fruits and vegetables. My hair was falling out. My nails were breaking. I had cystic acne and I was puffy. I wasn't say I was overweight. I was just puffy. My clothes didn't fit right. And it was kind of like a bodybuilder thing to be puffy, right? Unless you shred and then you kind of get lean down. Well, I started taking the Juice Plus, and I also said, how can I get this for cheaper? So I also signed up to be a rep with the company because I knew my brother was obese. My dad was a diabetic. My client had inflammation, knee problems, macular degeneration. I wanted to share this right away. I knew I wanted to share this. So I signed up to get the products and share it at the same time. And I just also want to throw in there, I could do that because of the research behind Juice Plus. There is nothing out there that I could get behind like Juice Plus because of the research and the NSF certification. But I started taking Juice Plus, immediately more energy over time. Cystic acne went away. My skin looks better than it ever has. My nails started getting really strong and not breaking, and my hair stopped falling out. And so I was like, man, there really is something to this. Well, then my dad's doctor noticed, he said, what are you doing? Your diabetes is better. You don't have to be on your medication. So like little things like that started happening. And I thought, wow, this is no joke. Like this really does work. And after a while, it was just really hard not to share this with others. So that's where I am today. I have 3 healthy children that were born as Juice Plus babies. I took Juice Plus as my prenatal. They got it as soon as they could eat it. They opened up the capsules, put it into their applesauce. They're 4 and 5 and 8 now, and they go and eat the capsules. They eat the capsules. It's so strange, but I don't care. It's healthy. But it's really neat to see them have a healthier palate than some of the other kids. So that is my Juice Plus story. I am going to pass it over to Jen, who has another great Juice Plus story. Go ahead, Jen. Oh, you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me? You can? Okay. It's a little staticky over here, so I didn't know if that was me or you. I kind of think it's me, so let me know. Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer. Thanks, Jules. when I started taking Juice Plus consistently, the first thing I noticed was an increase in my energy. And for those of you that know me, I teach third grade. So that little bit of extra energy in the afternoon was wonderful. I was no longer running to the teacher next door to get an extra cup of coffee in the afternoon. And then I started to eat differently without even realizing it. So I had originally always eaten like Hot Pockets and lunch meat sandwiches. And then I started to just take like leftover chicken and throw it literally like just on a bed of lettuce with some dressing. And I started eating more vegetables. And then I realized, I was making these life changes, and like, so was my sister, so was my mom. Like my mom's eating these root vegetables that she's never tried before. But my biggest health benefit was with my allergies. In the spring and fall, I was taking an antihistamine, a decongestant, 2 different nose sprays, and I got allergy shots. One spring, I wasn't feeling any of those symptoms. So we opened the windows, and I haven't opened the windows in like years. And then I thought, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to get that sinus head at night. And I didn't. And that spring, which was 3 years ago, I only took 5 antihistamines. So now I'm barely taking any over the counter, definitely no decongestants, no nose sprays, and I'm off the allergy shots. So that for me is a win-win. And I'm so happy that I could have this product. And it's one simple change that I'm doing and my family is doing also. Bart, I would like to pass it to you, and then you could pass it to Annika, please. You're muted, Bart.
Hi. My Juice Plus story actually starts before my Juice Plus life. As you can see, I didn't start taking it in time for my hair not to start falling out. But in 2017, I had a stroke. I was very unhealthy. I was 320 pounds. I was very stressed, drank too much, smoked 2 packs a day. And I knew that had to change. So I started to actually change things on my own, but I got stuck. No human being should be 320 pounds. So the first 50 pounds that came off of me was very easy. But then, as Jules said, the nutrients that your body needs, it needs. And I was sacrificing those nutrients because I didn't want to take the calories, because I didn't want to be 270 pounds. I wanted to be 210 pounds. But my body was going into starvation mode, and it plateaued. No matter what I did, I ate less, exercised more, drank all kinds of water. Nothing would come off. And then, thankfully, Melissa, who's actually who introduced me to Juice Plus, which I berated with questions because I'm a type A personality as well, because we're both in pharmacy and that's just who we are. And thank you for dealing with me, Melissa. She finally convinced me to try it, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I flooded my body with great nutrients. My workouts, I got better. My recovery times got shorter, so I could work out harder without damaging my body, which is what I was doing before. Now, my aha moment, unfortunately, came Memorial Day this year. The Memorial Day weekend, I spent the weekend in the hospital. I do have the not greatest heart in the world. I have what they call a flutter, which is a problem in the bottom of my heart, which actually is a very is what caused my problem in the first place in 2017, which was undiagnosed. But my aha moment came when I was in the hospital. My heart rate was up to about, it topped out over 210 beats per minute at a resting rate. And the cardiologist looked at me and said, "I don't understand how you're conscious and talking to me." And that's when I realized that because of all the nutrients and things that I believe saved my life. Sorry, I get a little emotional when I talk about this. I have to keep every system in my body healthier to help my heart work. And I truly believe that Juice Plus is what has given me I guess I'm on my 7th life of my cat lives. But that is my story. And Annika, I will pass it to you.
Wow, Bart, thank you so much for sharing that. So I started my Juice Plus journey a few years ago, and at the time had 2 small children, and totally the 3 p.m., like you, Jennifer, the 3 p.m. crash. Give me coffee, I'm not going to make it through the end of the day, and then just like crashing in the evening. I had small kids, they're picky eaters, not always, doing my best to serve everybody a vegetable, fruit, but you know how kids can be. Also the mom brain thing, which I never really realized was a thing. Hi guys. I just contributed all that to feeling, having young kids, and that's just the way I'm going to be, and that's just the way I feel. And then I met Bridget, who's been a wonderful friend to me, and we had some children the same age, and she kind of started teaching me a little bit about Juice Plus. And when she would tell me, her kids are barely going to the doctor, that she was able to clear up a lot of sinus infections that she was having. That's when I kind of started feeling like very interested, and started doing some shreds with her. And my husband and I started doing shreds and feeling much better just off the bat. But still not totally, just kind of part-timing. And then I would say in the pandemic, I felt like, everything was really out of our control, except for like what was happening within our walls, right? Within our 4 walls. And that's when I just told my husband, like, that's it. Like, I'm doubling down on getting us all as healthy as possible. We don't know what is going on or what's going to prevent it, but I do know that I have that I have this Juice Plus that, from everything I've heard and learned, is going to maybe be our like golden ticket. So we've been just kind of going ahead with that. And I would say I agree with you, Jules, because I feel like my kids now, people comment on like what they'll eat, with vegetables and things that they'll try. Because I would say I like no longer have picky eaters. Like my kids will try and eat anything, and they eat a wide variety of things. And then I know I'm bridging the gap with everything else. So, because we do still grab pizza or whatever. But I'm able to be with them, their energized mom who can like do the bike rides and everything they need, right, as well as I can. And now I'm at the point where I just want to share it with everyone. I saw a little Rudy coming through the door there. But so now I'm just trying to share it with everyone. And I'm so grateful that you came tonight, Malls. And I'm going to give it back to you, Jules.
Aw, thanks, Annika.
Thanks, Annie. I love hearing that.
Aw. That's so sweet. It's very hard to do a presentation and not share stories because the stories are the most powerful, and everybody has a health story. It's interesting. We do, like Melissa said, we are one of the most unhealthiest countries. And so there's a health story. Everybody has a health story or a health journey. And I am so grateful for this community and these products. And so I hope you guys heard something tonight that inspired you. Maybe it's to eat more fruits and vegetables. Maybe it's to exercise or stress out less. Like Melissa said, at work, you could do some yoga, meditation at work. Maybe you do want to get started on Juice Plus. And if so, we can help you with that, obviously, help you find the right package. And then maybe you were like me or Annika, you start thinking of people that need to hear this and you want to share it. And I just want to encourage you guys that this mission, I know there's so many things out there that people are fighting for right now, but if this fires you up, this might be something that can help you along your mission. I think one of my biggest callings is to help people understand the truth about food and to help families be healthier. And so if you can get behind that and you want to make a bigger difference, Juice Plus is a way for that to happen. And so we invite you to take a look at our mission and what we do as a community. And either way, we're so excited that you took some time out tonight to join us. And we are going to end the recording, and you guys can go ahead and unmute and ask questions or hang out or leave. But hold on one second. Let me end this.